Every year, the annual meeting looks a little bit different than it did the previous year for messengers. And on this week's episode of The Road to Indy, presented by Southern Seminary and Boyce College, we'll talk about events, review the event app, and so much more. First of all, if you're coming to Indianapolis this summer, I want to remind you to double check your hotel reservations. Make sure that you have the reservations for the days that you're going to be in Indy, and don't miss that, because there's nothing worse than showing up somewhere and not having a hotel reservation. So we don't want that to happen to anybody coming to Indianapolis. You can find out more about hotels. You still have a few days to book through the Southern Baptist Convention annual meeting website over at sbcannualmeeting.net. Just go there, follow the links, and you can get your hotel rooms if you haven't already. Now, number two, the most important thing, if you're coming to Indy, probably download the app. We've got the app again this year. If you had it in the past, all you have to do is update your app, and you should see the new graphics as well as the new information. It's got everything in there, from the event schedule, the maps, the exhibitor listing, book reports, resources for messengers. You've got some candidate information as well. Lifeway has a big piece in there that you can find out all about what Lifeway is doing. If you missed that episode of The Road to Indy, be sure to go back and check out our interview with Ben Mandrell from Lifeway, telling you all about what Lifeway is going to be doing. So before you get to Indy, make sure you download the app, make sure you know what's going on there. If you can bookmark events, everything like that, and it really will be your guide throughout your time in Indianapolis. Tells you everything you need to know about everything going on. There's links to everything, events-wise, and everything too. So download the app. Look in the App Store, SBC Annual Meeting. Just download it. You'll be ready to go. All right, a few housekeeping notes. Don't forget, registration. If you have not pre-registered for the annual meeting, please do that. sbcannualmeeting.net. Top right-hand corner, click on pre-register. Get you taken care of. That speeds up your time whenever you show up in Indianapolis to get through that registration line. So all you have to do, you get an email, have a QR code, you show that to the people at the registration, they scan the QR code, your stuff comes up, they print out your badge, and you're on your way. Should be less than a minute, minute and a half tops. So registration opens as usual Sunday, 2 o'clock in Hall D there in Indianapolis. So 2 o'clock on Sunday. You can start registering at 3 o'clock on Sunday. The exhibit hall opens. Again, we have the exhibit hall open on Sunday this year, Sunday 3 to 7, Monday and Tuesday 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning through 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Whenever we start that final session, close down the exhibit hall, let those folks pack up so they can get out of town. All right, next thing. So 2 o'clock registration, 3 o'clock exhibit hall opens, 4 o'clock in the main session room. There'll be a prayer gathering, a prayer event. Robbie Gallagher will be leading that again this year, Sunday, 4 o'clock. And don't forget, the prayer room is open all day on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can find out more about prayer and how you can submit a prayer request in the app as well. And if you have the daily bulletin on Tuesday or Wednesday, there will be an opportunity for you to fill out a prayer request form. You can just drop that off in the prayer room. It's right outside the entrance to the main sessions, right there on that main hallway. You won't be able to miss it. I have banners up for that. So prayer room, don't forget that that's available for you too. Then on Sunday night, 6 o'clock, the pastor's conference starts in the main session room. So don't forget, that starts 6 o'clock on Sunday night, all day Monday as well. We'll talk about that in just a minute when we get to Monday. Also on Sunday, the WMU annual meeting. WMU.com has all the information that you need for the WMU annual meeting. It's been held in the 500 ballroom right there in the convention center on Sunday. If you're a part of your women's organization in your church or women's ministry, be sure to just stop by the WMU annual meeting. Check that out. You can find out more information. Register for that at WMU.com. And if you register and go to that, you get a free book, What Joy, How to Stay and Not Flee, which is their theme book for this next year at WMU. So that's on Sunday. So you've got the WMU annual meeting, you've got registration, exhibit hall, pastor's conference, prayer event, all those things going on, as well as a host of other events on Sunday. All the events, again, are in the app right here on the phone. So get your phone, get your app. You can find out all about all those events that are going on Sunday. Now, Monday comes along, pastor's conference all day. So you get the pastor's conference in the main session area all day. Don't forget pastor's conference and prayer rooms all day Monday. EC, meeting at 10 o'clock in the Indianapolis Marriott, right across the crosswalk. You can take that crosswalk right over to the Marriott. The executive committee of the Southern Baptist Convention will be meeting on that Monday at 10 a.m. You can meet the new EC president, Jeff Orch. He'll be there if you want to come over and see that and say hello to him. Also, I know it's a big thing every year, the NAM Sin Luncheon, right around noon. That'll be held in halls A and B in the convention center. So the NAM Sin Luncheon, you have to have tickets to that. That sells out. It may already be sold out by the time you're watching this, but if you have tickets, be sure to pick up your tickets at the NAM ticket booth in the lobby area of the convention center. And that luncheon will be held in halls A and B down toward the JW Marriott in the convention center. Also, you get the exhibit hall and the CP stage going on all day on Monday. Messenger orientation, we talked about this previously on the Road to Indy, 4:45 in the afternoon on Monday in the 500 Ballroom there in the Indianapolis Convention Center. And then finally, on Monday night, I know you've got a night session for the Pastors Conference. Also, check and see if your state convention is having the dessert fellowship. There are several, like more than 24 state convention fellowships that night on Monday night. There's also a couple other late night events if you're interested in that. So check those out on Monday. And then Tuesday morning, bright and early, 8 a.m. Sorry for those of you coming from the West Coast. That's like 5 a.m. for the West Coasters that are coming to the annual meeting. I just realized that, and that's kind of early. But 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning, we kick off the annual meeting. Joe Kreider and the worship team will be leading us in worship right at 8 o'clock, getting everything ready for a great morning session at the annual meeting. You've got the sending celebration and the president's address that morning. You got several affinity lunches that are going on that day as well. And then you got more business, some elections in the afternoon. And then don't forget, Tuesday night, there's an evening session this year. It's a big evening session because we'll be hearing from task forces that have been appointed this past year and are reporting back to the convention and the presidential election. Well, the day I'm recording this, we have 5 announced candidates. Who knows how many we have? There's no limit to candidate numbers, but we may have fewer than 5, we may have 5, we may have more. But right now, the day I'm recording this, we have 5 announced candidates. All that information, again, is in your app. If you click on candidates, you can scroll through, see the different candidates. There's bios, there's link to the information in Baptist Press. Keep up-to-date information on all the elections in your app. So that gets us through Tuesday night. There's some more late night events on Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday morning, we come back again, more business. Seminary reports that morning, luncheon that afternoon. The seminary reports, I think, may actually be later in the day, but on Wednesday, seminary reports and the luncheon. You've also got convention sermon from Dean and Sarah and some more elections. So we finish out all of our elections and all of our business on Wednesday. And then around 5 o'clock, we wrap it all up. And we go home and we do it again next year in Dallas. So that's your kind of overview for everything. Things are a little bit different this year. If you're staying in a hotel that's connected to the convention center, there's like 14 hotels that are connected to the convention center in some form or fashion through the Skywalk system there in Indianapolis. It makes it great if the weather's bad outside. I don't know if we'll have bad weather. We're going to check with Chuck Lofton, who joined us on the Road to Indy. We'll have to check with Chuck and check on maybe getting a specialized forecast each day for the annual meeting from him. But it should be great weather. And even if it's not, if you're staying in one of those hotels that's connected via the Skywalk, you'll never have to brave the elements. So it'll be a good time had by all there in Indianapolis. It's a great convention city, great hotels, great restaurants. Again, check out all the previous episodes of the Road to Indy. We talk about hotels and restaurants especially. Talk about a lot of the restaurants, what to do with your family. If you have kids you want to bring in as well. I mean, there's the zoo. There's all kind of museums and some great places and great experiences down in Indianapolis in the downtown area. And we want you to join us in Indy. So that is the information. There's a lot going on. Again, I've said it several times on the episode today. Download the app. Get the app. It's your guide to everything. It's got everything that you need right at your fingertips. And it'll help you know what to do and when to do it and where to be at the annual meeting. So that's kind of the messenger information in a nutshell here. We've got plenty of other episodes of The Road to Indy for you to be able to find out specific information. If you want to go back and watch those, you can find that out at sbcannualmeeting.net. There's also a Road to Indy tab in the app as well. You can watch all the episodes in the SBC Annual Meeting app. Again, download that in any app store. Just look for SBC Annual Meeting. So want to thank you for watching at home and remind you that your road to Indy and your road back home should include a quick side trip to Southern Seminary and Boyce College. You can go to sbts.edu/road trip to see what Southern has planned for SBC 24 road trippers just like you. And again, we hope to see you this June in Indianapolis. Join us right here next week, again, on the Road to Indy, presented by Southern Seminary and Boyce College.